Bang, bang, bang. Hello and welcome into the Erie Tiger Network. Brandon Bird here with you, calling play-by-play. Tonight will be Alex Ailey as we get you set up for this marquee matchup for the Tigers against number 4 Silver Creek, and it should be a good one here tonight. We had the unified sports program here playing between games, and that was fun to watch, and so that's why we're getting started here a little bit later than we usually would. But Alex, it's going to be a real test tonight for the Tigers.
Yeah, you talk about Silver Creek and you talk about a team with a lot of length, a lot of depth. Their guard play, a lot of big shooters who are also very athletic. Their big men can put it in the hole inside. Silver Creek, obviously a team that runs pretty deep. Only 2 games played so far. They beat the same Evergreen team that Erie was holding on to a lead to and could have knocked off in the Green Mountain tournament. So the only similar opponent for the two, and just recently Silver Creek defeating Stanley Lake by nearly 50.
Yeah, a 73-27 win. I mean, they're ranked number 4 in the state, obviously, for a reason. That's a real big lopsided score, though, when you look at that. And I think the Tigers not really expected to win tonight, but I think Coach Moline, I mean, he's had the football players back now for a little over a week, and tonight is the night that maybe they start kind of finding a groove and a rhythm.
Oh yeah, it doesn't seem like a couple of the football players are sitting on varsity tonight. I see Alex Mathis down there. We should see Dion Lucero, Spencer Brooks maybe make an appearance this season. Both of them still working through practices, trying to get up there. But what's really impressed me is that Kevin Loy and Jordan Nguyen are still sitting varsity and still getting minutes.
By the way, some of the key players for this Silver Creek team, the senior Trent Dykma averaging 31 points per contest, 9.5 boards. That's only through 2 games, but man, averaging over 30 points a game through 2 games, that's pretty rare to see at the high school ranks.
Yeah, Trent Dykma, one of the best players in 3A this year. He was one of the guys that was talked about the most by a lot of sports writers, and he's pretty much the big reason that Silver Creek has amounted to so much success. 4A, sorry. 4A, not 3A. My bad.
Still in football mode there,
yeah,
Alex.
A little bit.
Other kind of players to watch, by the way, the junior Nick Eaton. He's averaging 10 points per game through the first couple of games. The senior Trevor Reiters, 8 points per game, 4 boards. Really, though, no one coming up with the production quite like Dykma. In fact, he has 9.5 boards. That's double the next closest rebounder on the team. Through the first couple games, 27.5 boards for Silver Creek per contest. You look at this Erie squad and what they've been able to do. Start off 3-2. Kind of a thin bench here to start the year. When you think about football and how that's impact. But Jeffrey Farino, can't talk enough about Jeffrey. 17 points per through 4 statistical games played. That's real fun to watch.
Yeah, the improvement that Jeffrey has shown from last season is pretty astounding. Jeffrey last season, just kind of a tall, lengthy guy. a little bit awkward in the post, really behind Cameron McCurry, Will Campbell. Now this year, the premier big man. He's shown a lot more power, obviously increased his vertical, and he's really been playing a lot better than a lot of people expected him to.
Yeah, absolutely. Luke Loy, he actually leads this team in rebounds with 8. Jaden Lucero, he has 12 points per game through the first 4. You mentioned Nguyen, 5.5 points per contest, only a freshman. Kevin Loy, 4 points per contest. He's seen action in 3 games. That's got to really excite Tiger fans when you look at the future of this program.
Oh, for sure. Last year, I used to see Jordan Nguyen, Kevin Loy in the gym almost every single day, working stuff out. Jordan Nguyen works with a personal trainer almost every single day, and seeing the work ethic that he has is pretty impressive.
Yeah, he should be a good one for Erie for the next few years. We are going to take a timeout here. There's about 5:43 left until we get started. You're watching the Erie Tiger Network.
My name is Caleb Humble. You're watching the Erie Tiger Network.
Married. Doesn't matter. You do that for me? Really? Yeah, I'd like that.
Who are you talking to?
It's Jake from State Farm. Sounds like a really good deal.
Jake from State Farm at 3 in the morning? Who is this?
It's Jake from State Farm.
What are you wearing, Jake from State Farm?
Khakis.
She sounds hideous.
Well, she's a guy, so.
Another reason more people stay with State Farm. Get to a better state.
Welcome back in here, Erie Tiger Network. You can see about 4.5 minutes till the tip. There's Silver Creek down there warming up, getting ready for the game. That's Logan Sutton on our broadcast crew for this contest. Our final broadcast of the 2017 calendar year. What a year it's been for us, and thank you so much to all the fans that have helped support the Erie Tiger Network, obviously all the way through the state football playoffs and the softball state playoffs, volleyball regionals. We really appreciate your support. We're excited to bring these games to you for free this year on the Erie Tiger Network, and we're committed to continuing that through this basketball season. We'll get wrestling after the new year. They play in a tournament this weekend, a pretty big one up at the Budweiser Event Center, but our broadcasting of wrestling won't start till after the new year. We did get word today that Noah Roper would not be participating in winter sports for the Tigers this year. He will be having shoulder surgery. So unfortunately, no Noah Roper for basketball, no Noah Roper for wrestling. Both programs really thought that they could get him. Noah Roper was on a wrestler to watch, and he hadn't even wrestled a match in high school. He was thinking about wrestling. Obviously, we know what he can do on the basketball court with his defensive prowess, but that's a big blow to Erie Winter Sports, certainly, but we wish him the best in his recovery from some football season injuries, still nursing the knee injury. That's going to be another 4 to 6 weeks to heal. So I think it'll be a good time for him after a very long, grinding football season to get some rest, but we wish him the best. About 2.5 minutes here till the start of the game. The Silver Creek Raptors have gone into their locker room. The Tigers still warming up here. Alex, if the Tigers somehow find a way to pull off the upset, what will have gone right for them here tonight?
I think holding Trent Dykma under 20 points is going to be a key factor. If Erie can do that, I think there's a really good shot that they win. If Dykma goes off and scores 25 to 30 points, it's going to be a little harder for Erie to close the gap, because this Silver Creek team really does revolve around Trent Dykma. And I really think getting the jump shots going early is going to be a big factor as well. If you see with this team, a lot of times you miss a couple jump shots in the first couple minutes, and it kind of sets the pace for the game. Hitting those first couple jump shots is going to be a big factor to shooting well for the whole night.
We're going to take one more timeout. We'll come back for the start of the game here. It's Erie Silver Creek on the Erie Tiger Network.
Chiropractors don't treat your symptoms. We treat the cause of your symptoms. On your first visit, we'll review your medical history and examine your vital signs, posture, strength, and reflexes. We'll also perform tests which are designed to give us insight into what may be causing your problem. The doctors at Great Day Chiropractic don't just treat adults. We also treat children of all ages. We're located in historic Old Town Erie at 515 Briggs Street. We're open 5 days a week from Monday through Friday and the second and fourth Saturdays of each month.
Range Landfill puts all your needs in front of everything else. Front Range Landfill won Erie Chamber of Commerce Business of the Year Award, as well as being featured on national television. We are very proud of our facility, and we welcome the opportunity to address your disposal needs. Our focus is on customer service. We strive to achieve easy and rapid access in and out of the facility. We feel certain that we will exceed your expectations of your solid waste disposal requirements. Choose Front Range Landfill for all your landfill needs. You will be pleased.
And welcome back in here, Erie Tiger Network. They are lined up, I think, to introduce the starting lineups for these two teams. We will also mention the starting lineups. Starting for Erie tonight, a 6-foot senior. Our roster actually a little bit disheveled. We'll try and fix that. But Tyler Larson starting tonight for the Tigers, also starting in the background. Actually, they will be doing the national anthem, so we will stick with that instead. Well, there was the national anthem. Now they're about ready to announce the starting lineups here for both teams. Starting for Erie in the backcourt, a senior guard, Tyler Larson. In the front court for the Tigers, another senior, it's Jeffrey Farino. Jaden Lucero, he'll start at the point as kind of almost the default power forward, if you will. Leads his team in rebounds. It's Luke Loy. And a junior guard for the Tigers, Ethan Tyson. Alex Mathis, Caleb Humble, Cody Yop, Jordan DeWin, Kevin Loy, Bryce Meyer, all substitutes for this Tiger basketball squad. And for the Silver Creek Raptors, as we look at their starting lineup, they'll start Trent Dykma. We've talked about him. He's a starting forward. Also starting Charlie Belcher. Looks like a guard to me here, Alex. I'm kind of guessing at these. Trevor Riders, he is a starting forward for this Silver Creek team. Ashton Hubert, a starting guard, and starting at center, it looks like Eric Grossant. And that's your starting lineup for both teams. Well, fans, we are going to have a little scoreboard up in the corner. We'd love for you to let us know how you like that. It's not our normal scoreboard. It's actually video of the in-house scoreboard, so it's real-time and real-time score. So let us know what you think about that. But I'm going to go ahead and hand this broadcast over to you, Alex.
Hello, everybody. Thank you for joining us tonight. Erie Silver Creek here in Longmont. The Raptors obviously 2-0. Number 4 in the state. Erie coming in at 3-2 unranked. As we get ready to tip off, 3-man referee crew.
Well, Alex, I know we talked about it in the pregame, but, man, making easy buckets, that's going to be imperative tonight. Tigers, they're going to have some trouble with some size down in the blocks. That's going to be every game. And so Coach Moline, he's talked about what he wants to do with this team is to get them to run, and run some more, and hopefully run some teams out of the gym.
So the tip-off will be Grossant versus Farino. A loud gym. Silver Creek wins the tip. Belcher on the left wing. Dribbles right, down the center of the key. Looks to kick it out. That's Ashton Hubert. Hubert in a pickle. Back to Belcher. Now Riders. Hubert again, dribbles with the left hand. Kicks it out. This is Riders again. Or I'm sorry, yeah. And 3 is splashed home by Trent Dykma. Silver Creek gonna run a half-court press. Lucero on the right, loses his footing, kicks it to Loy. Inside, nearly stolen by Dykma. Lucero finds an open Larson, doesn't shoot it, gives it back to Farino on the left wing. Tyson at the top of the key inside. Larson's wide open, he puts it up, it doesn't fall. And a jump ball called, it'll stay with the Tigers.
You know, just coming out here, Erie's body language, they look a little bit maybe intimidated. That layup by Larson, you'd like to see him step real hard. He kind of hesitated before that. Tigers not wanting to make mistakes here, but they're going to need to just attack if they want any chance in this one.
Tyson on the left wing. Farino dribbles inside, double covered, throws one up, no good, rebounded by Dykman. Dykman bumps off Tyson, it's stolen from the back by Farino. Tyson scoops it up. Lloyd dribbles right, hands it off to Larson. Cross court to Farino, nearly loses it. Farino open for 3, no good. A little too strong there, and now Tyson's open for 3. He'll shoot it, and he airballs it. It'll go to Silver Creek.
Well, Tigers just a little bit short on their jumpers so far, and for Ethan Tyson, Coach Moline kind of, when he talked to us, said one thing he kind of watches for with Ethan is, hey, he needs to go make a mid-range jump shot first, makes a couple of those, that kind of gets him into a rhythm, and then he starts hitting threes.
Dykman dribbling on Tyson. Hubert now back to Belcher. Riders guarded by Loy. It is nearly stolen. Has to pick it up and dribble. Belcher again. This is Joe Roth-Bogreth. That's his first touch. Dykman driving inside, double covered. Has to throw it out to Bogreth. Kicks it to Belcher, who fires a three, and it's good. 6-0 early, Silver Creek on top.
A couple threes, you know, that's one thing I don't like about high school basketball. No shot clock. The Tigers not rewarded for 30-plus seconds of good defense.
And Silver Creek gets the ball back on an incredible save by Bograth. He was falling out of bounds, flipped it up behind him, no look, into the center of the court where there were two Raptors there to get possession back. An early timeout called by Silver Creek.
Hey fans, don't forget to follow us on social media. You can like the Erie Tiger Network Facebook page. You can check us out online at ErieTigerNetwork.com, or you can follow us on Twitter at ErieTigerNet. Well, Alex, so far in this one, Tigers give up 2 threes. I mean, those are strokes of beauty, though. Hard to defend a really good shot. And, I mean, you defend for 35 seconds or so. Silver Creek working around the arc. They finally get an open look and make it. Don't hang your head if you're Erie. Come out. You've already forced a turnover. You can hang defensively with these guys.
Yeah, so far, it looks like the guards are playing really good defense. They've gotten a couple steals and near steals. Larson and Lucero work past the press of Silver Creek. Underneath to Loy, flips it up and in, and the Tigers are on the board with under 5 to play in the first quarter.
Good, quick ball movement from Erie. No hesitation. That's what the Tigers need all night.
Dykeman inside, tough play, flips it up. He'll go to the line for 2. Almost got the end one. Foul is going to be on Jeffrey Farino, his first.
And that is the one player that absolutely cannot get into foul trouble tonight. Jeffrey Farino, an aggressive player. Sometimes he struggles in getting into foul trouble.
Especially being pretty much the only big man on the roster, the only guy that can go down low and play in the post. Really can't be running a bunch of guards and forwards. And it looks like Farino misreads Loy's position and throws it away. And before that, I was going to say it looks like Erie prepared pretty well for Silver Creek's press. They had 100% success rate getting out of it until just then.
Tigers, they like to press a little bit. Handling the press, usually pretty good for them, and that's going to be key here tonight as well.
Boggart loses it out of bounds. It'll go back to Erie.
Couple turnovers here for Silver Creek, but Erie's got to make them pay.
Couple subs coming in for Silver Creek. Nick Eaton and number 3, Andrew Duquette. 8-2 Silver Creek on top about halfway through the first quarter. The press is still on. Larson almost lost it. It's on the ground. It's picked up by Dykeman. He pulls up from 3. It's blocked by Farino. Now a 2-on-none. Farino goes up and he slams it home. And they're going to call a technical foul for hanging on the rim.
And Coach Moline not happy about that one. He is right out and in the ref's face. And, man, I don't know. What do you think about that one, Alex?
Well, a lot of times on fast break like that, you have guys, you see this in college ball a lot. You have defenders coming right at your heels. You kind of pull yourself up there so you don't get clipped by one of them because the defenders are running pretty hard. They're going to run through the baseline. So a lot of the times you see guys do that for their own safety, and I think that's what Farino was doing right then.
And Farino, I've been around high school basketball quite a bit now, and outside of guys that go D1, absolute studs, there are not many guys that dunk with the ease that Jeffrey Farino does.
Eaton stripped away by Loy. Farino and Larson on the run. Farino stripped by Dykeman. picked up by Bogert, dribbling past Larson. Through the center of the court, gives it off to Reiters. Now Eaton again, fade away, mid-range jumper goes. 11-4, Silver Creek on top.
Man, and Erie cannot afford to get beat in the fast break here. Gotta muddy the game up, slow it down defensively.
Lucero kicks it out to Tyson, thought about a corner three. Farano's gonna pull up, misses it, and rebounded by Reiters. Dykma takes it up the court. Dribbling on Tyson, pulls up from three, no good. Larson will take it up the court, flips it ahead to Tyson. Now to Farano, guarded by Eaton, and they'll call a foul on the body. So the Tigers will inbound.
Yeah, Dykma just out of control, coming in, flying in on Farano. Didn't want to give up any fast break points. Really not a bad foul there.
And Eric Grosson will come in for the Raptors. Farano to Lucero on the left wing. Dribbles inside, throws one up, foul called on Dykma. I'm sorry, Andrew Duquette got called on the reach there. Or it wasn't a reach, I guess he's caught him on the way up. So Lucero will shoot two. The first foul on Duquette. And Jordan Nguyen, who is wearing a different jersey than the rest of the players, will enter the game. Eaton on Lucero, dribbles past him, pulls up, he is fouled by Lucero. So Eaton will go to the line for two.
Man, Erie, I just don't know they have the bench depth right now. Cannot get players into foul trouble. That's something they really want to avoid. Dion Lucero not quite healthy yet. He'll eventually play on this varsity roster, you got to think, here for the Tigers. And so I know Coach Moline was really impressed with what Dion did this summer as a sophomore, and he'll factor in. And so you just don't have your full complement of pieces yet, and a lot of young players. And turnovers and fouls, cannot do either of those.
So Mathis will enter the game for Erie. Again, one of the things Alex Mathis is known for is his fantastic shooting, especially from three-point range, as Eaton flips one up and is fouled again.
I think they're going to call this one on Luke Loy, and Coach Moline will just say, hey, you guys got to move your feet. Fourth foul now for Erie.
And the thing for Erie right now is you can't feel defeated. You have to feel like you're still in the game, still competing. Eaton misses both, rebounded by Grossant. Travel called, it'll go back to the Tigers.
Fourth turnover already for Silver Creek, so Erie not fully taking advantage. Only 5 points off 4 Silver Creek turnovers.
Lucero trying to dribble out of the press. Nguyen. Mathis. Back to Nguyen. Lucero looks for a pass. Tyson in the right corner. Lloyd drives inside. And a hip check. Erie will take it out of bounds.
Yeah, good recognition. Luke Lloyd caught that basketball. He saw nobody in the paint. He was matched up with the big man. I mean, Grosant, he's not quick enough to guard Lloyd. Obviously, Lloyd, the best part of his game is his finishing ability around the rim. And good job by Lloyd. Took the basketball, no hesitation, took it right to the hole, picked up the foul.
Lucero has it on the right wing. Loy goes up with it, and a charge called on Luke Loy.
Not sure about that one, Alex. Luke came in. He pulled up before the guy got set and even angled his body sideways. Still got called for the foul. I don't think you can reward the defender for rotating late like that.
So Erie takes a timeout down 13-5 with 2:02 to play in the first. And Brandon, what do you think what do you think Coach Moline has to say to pick his guys up right now?
Well, first, defensively, Erie's got to get stops, and they cannot get stops by being too aggressive either and getting into foul trouble. Luke Loy already with a couple fouls, Jeffrey Farino, Jaden Lucero. Those are the three big scorers for Erie, and they've already all got fouls here in the first 6 minutes of this game. And so I think he's going to say, guys, you got to move your feet, work together, communicate. And then offensively, the Tigers, I think, keep taking it to the hole. Use your speed. Find the mismatch when they're going to play man-on-man. Take it hard to the rack, and you'll get more chances like Luke Loy just got.
Yeah, so far, after the Tigers have penetrated the paint, Silver Creek's big men really haven't proven themselves enough down low to not keep driving it. And they'll call a little push-off. It happened a couple times for Charlie Belcher. He was kind of sticking his hand out and kind of stiff-arming Jaden Lucero. So Erie retains possession.
Man, I'm impressed with the poise of Nguyen. He just has come in and he looks confident.
And Lucero almost flipped up a circus shot and got it to go in. He's fouled to go to the line. Yeah, Jordan Nguyen really looks like he's done this before. He's been here before. Maybe one of the most confident younger players we've seen.
By the way, I love that head fake by Jordan Lucero. The Tigers, a smaller team, so one thing that Coach Moline's talked about, use your head fakes on rebounds. Hey, you're not the tallest, so don't be the first to try and get up to the ball. Be the second jumper. Try and tip the ball out of a hands or tip it to a teammate. We're not trying to necessarily get clean rebounds when we're contested against bigger guys, so Tigers being crafty.
Another three, no good,
and you saw an example right there by the freshman Nguyen. He wasn't big enough to get that rebound, but as soon as it was pulled down, it was a mistake. You cannot bring the ball down to your waist, Alex, and Nguyen saw that, reached in, tapped it off the player out of bounds. Perfectly played by the freshman.
Nguyen inside, and bad pass stolen away by Dykma. It's going to be Dykma versus Lucero. He flips it up and in. 15-7, Silver Creek on top, up by 8 with under a minute to play. Lucero pulls up from deep, no good. And that was kind of a silly shot to take in that situation.
Well, Tigers trying to find something. Jaden, he's got a good stroke. He's gone through a couple shooting slumps, trying to get out of that. You'd love to see Jaden just start drilling those and getting hot.
Yop comes away with the steal. It's picked up by Nguyen, who is fouled. Good defense by Cody Yop, who's come off the bench and been a key factor for the Tigers this season.
Yeah, Yop, one of those players who, I mean, if we're honest, I don't think a couple years ago when Cody was a sophomore and on D team, you thought that he would get much playing time, if at all, and he continues to come back a much improved player each and every year. Gotta love that.
Mathis loses it. It's stolen away by Silver Creek. Belcher now to Dykma. 20 seconds to shoot. He pulls off of Yop, and Yop's going to get called for a foul.
Yeah, Cody didn't like it, but he got caught with his hand in the cookie jar. Good recognition going up, taking the shot there by Dykma. I mean, that's why Dykma averaging 30 points a game so far. Recognizes Cody's on him, has the hand in there, goes up, rips through the hands and draws the foul and goes to the line.
And Dykma looks to put Silver Creek up by double digits. And he does. 16.4 to play in the first quarter. It's been a pretty long first quarter. Mathis nearly threw it away from Larson. Kevin Loy is checked by Belcher, who will get called for a foul. And I want to take this time to point out Silver Creek's head coach's style. If you can see it on the camera, his shoes are these white, I don't know if they're cowboy boots or what, but they look spectacular. I think if Coach Moline dressed like that every game, Erie would be a lot more successful as a program. So Silver Creek will inbound with 2:2 to play. And they'll just throw one up there. So after one here in Longmont, Silver Creek leads 17-7 on top of Erie. We'll take a break here on the Erie Tiger Network.
Chiropractors don't treat your symptoms. We treat the cause of your symptoms. On your first visit, we'll review your medical history and examine your vital signs, posture, strength, and reflexes. We'll also perform tests which are designed to give us insight into what may be causing your problem. The doctors at Great Day Chiropractic don't just treat adults. We also treat children of all ages.
We're located in historic Old Town Erie at 515 Briggs Street. We're open 5 days a week from Monday through Friday and the second and fourth Saturdays of each month.
And welcome back in here on the Erie Tiger Network. Silver Creek up by 10 on the Tigers of Erie at the start of the second quarter. Trent Dykma has pretty much proven himself here in the first quarter. He's gotten a couple fouls, gone to the line, and he's really made shots and scored in transition really well. And starting to see why Trent Dykma is so hyped up by everybody in this community.
By the way, Cameron McCurry is commenting, says that the coach is wearing snake leather, and he does for every game. So thank you, Cameron, for A, tuning in, and B, giving us the scoop.
That is an impressive fact known by Cameron McCurry. Loy catch the ball knocked out of bounds by Eaton. Loy in the left corner. Lucero. Larson dribbles right, gives it to Tyson on the right. Lucero at the top of the key, working on Dykma. Spin move inside, flips it up and in. That's an impressive move by Jaden Lucero.
Yeah, I'd like to see a lot more of that from Jaden. He's got an impressive skill set. It's just utilizing all of it and finding his rhythm, and that's the big thing. I think if Jaden would make a layup, a couple of them, before he ever takes a three, he'd see his three-ball percentages go way up.
And now Lucero's called for his second foul of the game early in the second.
And these refs have a quick whistle. I mean, already 13 fouls here between the two teams.
So Nick Eaton at the line makes his first.
Silver Creek 8 for 11 from the stripe here to start this game.
Silver Creek still running the press. Tyson now to Farino. Now to Loy. Tyson inside. Fouled by Bogrit, who didn't like it, but maybe
yeah, I think he pushed right on the wrist there of Ethan Tyson. That ball didn't come off like a clean block. It came off actually spinning toward the basket that way. That's a pretty good indicator that it rolled off of Ethan's hand after his arm got pushed.
Tyson makes both. Erie back down 10. Grossant back in for Silver Creek. He enters the game for Beaugrit. 21-11, 7 minutes to play in the second quarter. Eaton gives it to Duquette. Inside to Grossant. Tipped up by Lucero, and now a 2-on-1. Now a 2-on-2. Eaton hustled in. Stolen away by Silver Creek. Grossant throws it up ahead to Duquette. Now Reiters makes a move inside. Flips it up, no good. Gets his own rebound, and now a foul called, and it looks like Luke Loy might have poked Reiters in the eye. That is the third on Luke Loy already.
Yeah, that's not a good sign because Luke is the high energy guy. He's a good defender. He goes to the rack hard. He's everything this team needs on the floor. I mean, he's probably one of my favorite players to watch just because he's got an endless motor. And 3 fouls, that's going to really hurt this Tiger team.
So the trainers will come out and look at Trevor Reiters.
Alex, Erie's only made 3 field goals right now. They're not taking care of the ball, got to take care of the ball, and then they've kind of settled for some less than spectacular shots, and then when they have open looks, they haven't made them. We said one of our keys, if they're going to knock off Silver Creek, they've got to make their open looks.
And poor rebounding there by Erie. Flipped up and foul called on Jaden Lucero.
That's his third.
So Erie in really deep foul trouble. 2 key players in Lucero and Lloyd, both with 3. Only 10 minutes into the game. And again, not a deep bench. Caleb Humble told us earlier today that he gave himself no chance at getting any playing time, but with fouls like this, you go down the line and there's Caleb.
By the way, Alex, do you know the last time a team had so many players foul out in the NBA that they had to play with 5 players and one had 6 fouls, so every foul he got was a technical foul after that? With the Lakers.
It was the Lakers, okay. I was going to say the Warriors. Travel called on, I believe, Nguyen.
Yeah, just shuffled the feet there, trying to get a pass, wasn't there, tried to pull the string and slid the pivot foot.
Dykma dribbling right. Belcher, guarded by Nguyen, gives it inside to Grossant. Spin move up, too strong. Pulled down by Jeffrey Farino. Dribbling up the left side. Farino's been quiet tonight. Dribbles inside. Spin move off of Grossant. He goes up and almost hits the end one. He'll go to the line for 2.
Gosh, it's fun to watch Jeffrey Farino. You know, we didn't see Farino play varsity 2 years ago. That would have been the first year of the Erie Tiger Network. I saw Jeffrey later that year. He was playing dodgeball, and I was like, who is this kid? This is one of the most athletic kids I've seen at this school. Where's he been? Well, sure enough, he's making a big impact here a couple years later on the basketball court.
And Farino hits 1 of 2, gets it back to 10. And Farino, a part of that Stacy's Boys dodgeball team that has made a couple runs in the tournament the last 2 years, mostly seniors. Unfortunately, that'll end, but a great run by Stacy's Boys. Eaton pulls up from 3 off the dribble. No good, rebounded by Farino.
Erie's got to get it into single digits here. This possession's key for them, I think.
Farino double teamed. He flips one up, doesn't fall. Nguyen comes down with the rebound. He flips one up, it's blocked. Dykma rebounds it and runs it up the right side of the court. Nearly picked off by Larson. This time it is, and now a late foul called on Larson. The ball hung on the rim for Grossant, and it didn't fall.
And Coach Moline is hot. That was a late call. I mean, the contact happened, the ball fell off the rim, and then the foul was called. And so Coach Moline just slapping the floor, not happy that time.
And Silver Creek already in the double bonus.
Yeah, just fouls across the board here for Erie. Jeffrey Farino, that little mid-range jumper he missed down there, that's a shot that he likes and usually makes. So once again, Erie's got to find a way to start making open looks.
Nguyen kicks it to Kevin Loy. Now to Larson at the top. Nguyen fakes a three, steps back, now keeps his dribble. They're going to call a carry, and that was a pretty good call there.
Yeah, Jordan just got his hand underneath the basketball. I think he was thinking about picking it up and then decided that he wanted to drive in and just carried the ball.
Eaton pulls up for another three, doesn't fall, rebounded by Grossant, blocked by Farino. That's an athletic play from Jeffrey as he runs it up the left side of the court. Dribbles through the center of the key. He is fouled. I believe they're going to get, nope, they're going to get Nick Eaton. I thought it might have been on Grossant there for a second.
That's Eaton's second, so fouls starting to pile up for Silver Creek too, but they're a little more spread out for the Tigers. I mean, Lucero's got three, Loy's got three. That's frustrating for Coach Moline.
Farino makes one of two, and Erie almost got the ball back. Kevin Loy's on the floor, so it's going to be 5-on-4. Duquette dribbling on Nguyen, throws one up and one. Not sure where the foul was there.
$11 points for Silver Creek have come from the stripe tonight. Only 6 made field goals so far.
Missed free throw, three ball from Dykma, no good, rebounded by Kevin Loy. The foul was called on Jordan Nguyen. Timeout's going to be called by Erie. Down a dozen against Silver Creek. 4:20 to play in the second.
Oh, man. Just when it rains, it pours. I mean, Coach Moline wants a timeout, talk to his troops. It wiped an Erie basket off the board. A wide open pass, good length of the court pass. Can't really anticipate that as a coach, especially when you're looking at the ref. That's just kind of how this first half has gone so far.
Now this is something I haven't seen before. Silver Creek's student section is being led by a man in a United States of America tank top and a United States of America bucket hat who has taken his right shoe off. He's throwing it in the air, and every time he throws it up, the student section yells, "Shoot."
Hey, there's not, I think, too many more cheers that can be invented. So I guess points for creativity there.
Not sure how it helps the team, but hey. So Larson drives past the press. Farino drives inside, lays it up and in. That's a big bucket coming out the timeout.
Yeah, back to single digits here. Erie making a little bit of a stand here with both Lucero, Tyson, and Loy on the bench.
Eaton gets his own rebound and puts it in, so Silver Creek back up a dozen. Nguyen spins out of the double team. Larson. Now Yop, who's back in the game. Farino, who is wide open from three, and he misses it. Tipped out, rebounded by Nguyen, who takes his own jumper off the back of the backboard, no good. And a wide open Nick Eaton chased down by Yop, and foul called. Yop didn't like it, but I thought that one was pretty obvious.
Yeah, I think Yop may be concerned that he's going to get more than a personal here. He hustled back hard. I mean, that was a clear chop. But that's Cody's personality, man. I mean, he mixes it up. He likes to play hard all the time, and you know that style, his working on his game, relentlessly playing basketball all the time. Hey, it's earned him playing time now on varsity.
Eaton with a chance to put Silver Creek up by 14. And he does. Back into the game for Silver Creek is Ashton Hubert. He replaces Eaton. No more press here. Inside 3:30 to go in the half. Farino, cross court to Nguyen, who pulls up from 3, and he splashes it home. A big 3 from Jordan Nguyen.
And we talked about his confidence. No hesitation. He fired that one, and that was pretty looking.
Dykma gets the screen, and they're going to call an offensive foul on
Grosson.
Eric Grosson.
You know, that's Cody Yop getting inside guys' head from his hard play. You know, he's not a dirty player, but he definitely is a grinder. And he gets guys frustrated because he's so relentless, and you see guys foul Cody like that all the time. Gotta love that about Cody Yop.
And Cody, I think, felt the screen and knew he was going to bounce right off of it and acted like it was harder than it might have actually been. Nguyen almost hit another 3, and foul called. Was that on the shot?
That was on the shot.
So Jordan Nguyen will go to the line and shoot 3. That's the 3rd on Eric Grosson, one of the big men for Silver Creek. And Nguyen can put it back within single digits as we near the half, under 3 minutes to go in the first half.
I mean, Jordan Nguyen, what is he, 14, maybe 15 now at this point? I mean, he is holding his own out there. His shot looks good. This, more than anything, speaks to work ethic. You were willing to work hard enough in high school. You can have confidence as a teenager in high school. You can make a big impact, and Nguyen's going to be a great player for Erie for years.
So he gets it back down to 8. Jordan Nguyen hits a 3 and then hits 3 free throws. 6 points on the night. Inside, Nguyen tipped it out. It'll stick with Silver Creek. A new player coming in for Silver Creek. This is a freshman, Dante Michelli, number 40 out there. And an offensive foul. This one's going to be called on Ashton Hubert.
And who was it again? Cody Yao drawing an offensive foul. It's his game, and it's what honestly, he's maybe one of the best I've ever seen at drawing offensive fouls on dead balls, nonetheless.
Nguyen pulls up, takes a J, no good, just misses it. Mathis lost the handle and loses it out of bounds. And Cody Yop, a little bit of a talker too. He tries to make it to where the refs can't hear, and he's really that guy who works so hard. I start to think of guys like Kobe Bryant who are so good at getting in people's heads.
Well, I think Cody will be more than pleased that you just compared him to Kobe Bryant.
Similar names. Kevin Loy flips one up and in. Back down to 8. Inside 2 minutes to play in the first half. Duquette working on Loy.
Hey, I'm impressed with Erie. I mean, you've got 3 starters sitting on the bench in serious foul trouble in Ethan Tyson, Luke Loy, and Jaden Lucero. You've had a couple freshmen come in. You've had Alex Mathis, who's really only been playing basketball again for a week and a half. You have Cody Yop in there, and they're scrapping, and they've got this thing back down to single digits. And so if you're Coach Moline, that's got to excite you how hard your guys are playing.
And one of the big things that I've noticed from this is Jeffrey Farino has been pretty quiet. It's been mostly Nguyen, Loy, and Yop that have been getting talked about and that have been getting touches. Yop ahead to Kevin Loy. Gives it to Farino. It's stolen away. Hubert was close to, or Duquette was close to the end line. Now Michelli. Yop through the legs of Dykma. Now Eaton steps in.
Oh, and
Blocked by
a clean
Mathis,
block
foul.
there by Mathis that gets called. Man.
Right now, you couldn't even graze any player with your fingernail and not get called for a foul on either side. Both teams in the double bonus, and they have been for a while.
Well, Ethan Tyson checking back in here for Erie. I believe he has a couple fouls, so well, actually not sure. I've been trying to keep track of the fouls best I can. I actually don't have him for any, but I'm missing a couple, so hoping they're not on him.
Eaton misses both.
Ball don't lie, Alex.
That's what they say. Farano on 3 guys.
And that definitely was a charge. So the first time that there was a charge, I absolutely did not think that was a charge. This time, for sure, 3 guys formed a wall, and Farano was just determined to take it no matter what, and now that's his third.
3 starters for Erie with 3 fouls in the first half. One thing I would say is they've held Trent Dykma pretty well, which is largely why they're still in the game. Eaton inside, it's Bogert. He misses the layup. Larson. Now to Nguyen. Dribbles with the left hand. Bounce pass to Tyson. Tyson drives. Kicks it out to Larson. Now to Kevin Loy. Fires a 3. No good. Rebounded by Dykman. Duquette looks for a pass. Nguyen tips it away into the hands of Kevin Loy.
Great man-to-man defense there. No options. Every passing lane was sealed up.
Under 30 seconds to play in the first half. Erie can dwindle the lead down inside of 10 again. Larson. Maybe fouled by Dykman, no call. Nguyen hands it off to Loy, Kevin Loy. Back to Nguyen. Tyson takes a mid-range jumper, it falls, it's down to 8. With 5 seconds left, Dykma driving down court, maybe, and a foul called on Ethan Tyson.
Ethan Tyson's first field goal of the game, but that is his shot. It doesn't look like a good shot because it's contested. When he drives, pulls up at the top of the arc, he's an excellent, excellent jump shooter. What he's not, his strength isn't, is kind of shooting a set shot, a catch and shoot type of guy, and then unfortunately picks up a foul there.
Yeah, Coach Moline kind of explaining to Tyson that might have been the dumbest thing he could have done right there with 0.8 seconds.
Yeah, you don't want to commit that, but Ethan will learn. He's a smart kid, and they'll correct that. But you know what? The Tigers, they weathered a storm, only down 10 here. That's pretty good. That's where you want to be with all your starters on the bench.
So Silver Creek holds a 10-point lead going into halftime, 35-25. The Raptors on top here in the Erie Tiger Network.
Front Range Landfill puts all your needs in front of everything else. Front Range Landfill won Erie Chamber of Commerce Business of the Year Award, as well as being featured on national television. We are very proud of our facility, and we welcome the opportunity to address your disposal needs. Our focus is on customer service. We strive to achieve easy and rapid access in and out of the facility. We feel certain that we will exceed your expectations of your solid waste disposal requirements. Choose Front Range Landfill for all your landfill needs. You will be pleased.
Well, Alex, halftime here at Silver Creek. The Tigers down 10 in serious foul trouble. 3 fouls for Luke Loy, 3 for Jeffrey Farnell, 3 for Jaden Lucero. And yet, a team that is 4th ranked, they're only down 10. Some great effort from some bench players.
Yeah, so far, really, seeing Cody Yopp, Jordan Nguyen, Kevin Loy come off the bench and really fight their way to stay in this game has really impressed me tonight.
By the way, Ethan Tyson with 4 points for the Tigers. Kevin Loy with 2 points, 6 from Jordan Nguyen, 2 from Luke Loy, 6 from Jeffrey Farno, and 5 from Jaden Lucero, really spreading it around. For Silver Creek, 3 points for Charlie Belcher, 14 for Nick Eaton, 12 for Trent Dykmas. A lot of those came late and from the line. 7 of those from the line, 7 of 8 from the line overall for Dykma. 17 made free throws for Silver Creek in that half. 4 or 6 points for Duquette, and that's all the scoring for Silver Creek. Erie, they made 10 free throws, only shot 13 on the game so far. 25 attempted free throws for Silver Creek. So, man, you kind of hope if you are Erie, they swallow their whistle a little bit more. I think the game kind of tilted in Silver Creek's favor with all the fouls in this. Just a lot of opportunities go to the line, although the Tigers, pretty good free throw shooting team.
Yeah, you know, the keys to the second half really just ought to be contain Trent Dykma some more. They're doing a pretty decent job so far. Only 12 points in the first half for a guy that's been averaging 30 a game. Nick Eden obviously needs to be contained as well. He's been playing really well from the outside and driving inside. He's picked up a couple fouls and made his shots at the line. And really, if Erie stops fouling, I would expect this game to go back into a single-digit battle, because Silver Creek kind of jumped on top when Erie started to have to take players out, and Erie was just starting to claw their way back into it when halftime hit.
Well, we're going to step aside again. You can see the clock there, about 4.5 minutes till the start of the second half. Real quick, though, I'd like to thank a few sponsors that have helped make this broadcast possible. Obviously, Jeannie Hulse, she's been serving the Erie community for almost 15 years. She'd like to serve you as well. Give Jeannie a call today at 303-828-4002 or visit Jeannie Hulse online at jeanniehulse.com. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there. Caraway Orthodontics, also a sponsor. Their team of professionals, they work together to provide you with the highest standard of orthodontic care tailored to meet your individual needs and desires. Offer a full range of orthodontic services for patients of all ages, including children, teens, and adults. For more info, head to carawayortho.com. And then Jen McGurk, an experienced real estate agent serving Erie, Vista Ridge, and the surrounding Denver area. For years, Jen's assisted all types of buyers and sellers with their real estate needs. Give Jen a call today, 303-949-3331, or check out Jen Realty online at jenrealty.com. And finally, Go Airheads Airsoft Field and Store in Erie gives children, teens, and adults an exhilarating, unforgettable experience and a unique battle zone. Play against your friends and friends to be, even play head-to-head against an army of zombies during our I Am Zombie game. For more info, be sure to check them out online at goairheads.com. We'll step aside here. 3 minutes till the start of second half on the Erie Tiger Network.
My name is Caleb Humble. You're watching the Erie Tiger Network.
Married. Doesn't matter. You do that for me? Really? Yeah, I'd like that.
Who are you talking to?
It's Jake from State Farm. Sounds like a really good deal.
Jake from State Farm at 3 in the morning? Who is this?
It's Jake from State Farm.
What are you wearing, Jake from State Farm?
Khakis?
She sounds hideous.
Well, she's a guy, so.
Another reason more people stay with State Farm. Get to a better state.
And welcome back in, Erie Tiger Network, as we get all set for the second half. And Alex, take it away.
Erie down 10 here at the start of the second. They'll own possession to start the half. The starting five back in, same starters as the first half. Farino controls it at the top of the key. Larson on the left wing, spins past number 24, that's Hubert. Lucero thought about a three. Now Farino will shoot the three, and he hits it home. Erie down by 7, 35-28 to play with 7.5 minutes to go in the third. Hubert dribbles up court. Belcher on the left wing. Looked inside for Dykma, wasn't open. Hubert controls it again, guarded by Larson. Now Dykma, who's guarded by Tyson. Dykma fires a three, no good, rebounded by Grassant and put in the bucket. Again, having a big man like that is going to hurt Erie. Really not a lot of guys who can...
Oh, that's only his first bucket of the game, though, so we'll take it.
Poor pass leads to an Erie turnover. Silver Creek has possession back, almost stolen away by Luke Loy. Dykma on the left wing, drives, picks up his dribble. Grassant, foul called on Ty Larson.
You know, Larson's been quiet this game. I watched Ty, and he's a good player. I just think with Ty, he's got to realize he's a good player and be a little bit more aggressive on the offensive end, a little more decisive. He's earned a starting role for a reason, and it's because he works his butt off. He's relentless defensively. And so I think on the offensive end, I'd like to see him be a little more assertive and confident.
Grassant hits both, and Silver Creek leads by 11. Erie slows down the pace. Farino pulls up another three. No good. He collects his own rebound. Now to Tyson. Thought about a three. Inside, tipped away by Hubert. It'll stick with the Tigers.
Tigers, tell you what, they're not big, but they're scrappy, and I think they've gotten a lot more boards than maybe they've deserved in terms of just matchup-wise, but they've earned them through just scrappy play.
Farino misses the little floater from inside. Dykma, guarded by Tyson. Now Hubert up top. Picked by Grissant. Hubert pulls up. No good. Tipped up and then rebounded by Luke Loy. Foul called, the reach on Dykma.
I believe that's his second, Alex. And one thing I was watching, that whole possession, Ethan Tyson, we've talked about Dykma being quiet, only 2 made field goals. Ethan Tyson just harassing him the whole time. Fun to watch him play some good defense there in Dykma.
Farino controls it at the top. Loy now to Lucero. Inside on Dykma, fadeaway blocked by Dykma and collected by Bogreth. Grissant inside, up and in, 41-28, and this is where Silver Creek could pull away.
Yeah, Erie's got to be careful here. They need to get good looks at the bucket, take their time, be patient, and get some easy buckets like that.
And the extra pass works out. Larson flips it up and in. The lead's back down to 11 with 5 minutes to play in the third quarter.
And, ooh, it wasn't a good pass, and Ethan reached for the ball, and they'll get him with a foul.
That's his second. Belcher to inbound. It's Dykma who just floats it up and in. Silver Creek up 13.
Yeah, that's a spot you cannot let Silver Creek catch the ball. They're too long and athletic, and Dykma especially.
Farino misses another floater in the paint. Belcher on the right wing. Hubert, now Dykma. Travel called on Trent Dykma. It'll go back to the Tigers. Yop enters the game. He'll replace Ethan Tyson.
Yeah, Ethan Tyson running a marathon right now, trying to stay with Dykma. Right now, Jeffrey Farino, the body language, he's visibly frustrated. He just hasn't quite gotten the shots to fall. He's had 2 or 3 looks here this half, and they just keep falling off the back edge of the rim. Really got to get him going. Only 9 points so far for Jeffrey. Jane Lucero only 5 points. So Tigers, they got to start getting their dudes going here. Fans, don't forget to like our YouTube video. That always helps us with some visibility. You can also subscribe to the Erie Tiger Network. And if you click that little bell icon up there in the corner or on your phone, you get notifications every time there's a broadcast. So you're going to want to do that. Subscribe to our channel, get notifications. It always gives you about a 30-minute warning before games come on, and then it lets you know right away if you're signed in on your account on YouTube on your phone, like, hey, Erie Tiger Network, we're starting a broadcast. So be sure to do that. And, of course, you can always follow us on Twitter at Erie Tiger Net or like the Erie Tiger Network Facebook page.
Silver Creek up by 13. The 5 on the floor right now for Erie. Jeffrey Farino, Tyler Larson, Jaden Lucero, Cody Yop, and Luke Loy. Larson guarded by Belcher. Loy at the top. Farino guarded by Bogrit. Nearly stolen by Eaton. Yop kicks it out to Lucero. Now finds an open Loy, who fires a 3, and it goes in. Silver Creek, their lead back down to 10, and it's kind of been hovering around that 10 to 12 range for a while now.
Yeah, in fact, Silver Creek pretty much started out up 15-5, and since then, Erie's really kind of kept it at that mark.
Loy Fires another three, and it goes in. He's on fire. Erie draws the lead into 7. Timeout, Silver Creek, 43-36. And that's what the Tigers needed. Now they're in it.
Hey, look, ball movement, open shots. Luke Loy without hesitation, and it's not just that they're open, it's that they're open and no hesitation. That's so key in terms of just the rhythm and the timing. Coach Moline, he teaches his kids, catch it, make a dip, make the shot. And that's what we've seen Luke Loy, catch and shoot twice. Anytime you're catching and shooting, the percentages of those shots going in a lot higher than pull-up jumpers or trying to make little runners 15 feet from the basket.
So Silver Creek starting to feel the heat. The lead down to 7. Jordan Nguyen re-enters the game for Erie, maybe to add a little more defensive pressure. Duquette back in the game for Silver Creek. Looking for a pass. It's Eaton who drives inside on Nguyen. Foul called.
Yeah, they're going to call that on Jordan Nguyen. He just kind of got into the body, shuffled the feet. Honestly, not enough contact for me personally, but I understand the call.
Duquette. Now Dykma guarded by Yop. Eaton back to Dykma. Yop's right on him. Inside, tipped up by Farino, and then put up and in by Grosson.
Yeah, just a little pick and roll there. Good help side defense, and then just unlucky for the Tigers. Jeffrey Farino got his hands on that ball, and then it just took a bad bounce.
Foul called on Nick Eaton. Silver Creek up 9, just over 3 minutes to play in the third quarter. Inside to Lucero, puts it up and in, gets the and one.
Man, great cut by Lucero. He went hard, and the pass was there. I mean, that was just lazy defense by Dykma. As Lucero, I mean, he just went right around him, caught it, laid it up and in, and earned the and one.
So with the free throw, Erie down by 6. Starting to claw their way back into this one. This is the lowest the lead has been since the first quarter. Eaton takes a jumper, no good, collects his own rebound.
Ooh, and an elbow right to the face, and they absolutely, I thought they weren't going to call that at first. I mean, Eaton just swiped and just clocked Win. I don't think it was intentional or anything, but he definitely took it right in the kisser. And they are going to call, I believe, an intentional foul there. And so Nguyen's going to get free throws. And Eaton is arguing that he just pivoted. I mean, here's essentially the call. If your whole body pivots and your elbow catches someone, that's legal. If your arms kind of swing without the rotation of the body, they'll call that an intentional foul, and that's what you saw there. That's kind of 50-50. That was tough to tell. Like I said, I don't think there is a hint of maliciousness there, as Jordan Nguyen's going to go to the bench. He's not even going to take these free throws, which is unfortunate because he's a good free throw shooter.
Tyson misses the first.
Tigers 11 of 15 from the line.
And the second doesn't fall either.
I think part of the reason Nguyen had to come out is he's bleeding. We could see the blood all the way from up here. So,
is it his mouth?
Yeah, bleeding from the mouth.
Oh boy. Loy inside, floats one up, rolls around the rim and gets it to fall. The lead is down to 4.
Hey, now 10 points for Luke Loy. He's been the X factor here in this quarter.
And so far we've seen Trent Dykma play some pretty lazy defense, especially in the paint.
Yeah, Dykema, I think, just kind of frustrated more than anything. He has been D'd up pretty well. He's only made 3 field goals all game, and he's been averaging 30. He still has 14. He has 7 from the line. Tigers they're a good defensive team.
Duquette. Back out to Eaton. Here's Dykema, guarded by Farino.
By the way, that was Ethan Tyson's 3rd foul.
Dykema was bottled up again. Now they double team Eaton. Dykema guarded really well by Ethan Tyson. Inside, he's fouled by Cody Yop.
Yeah, Cody, I mean, that's Cody. He's going to not be happy about any call against him, but he just reached out and grabbed him.
That'll be Yop's 3rd.
They'll
get Tyson.
They called that on Tyson. I thought that was clearly on Yop. That's his 4th.
And that's a big one.
Yeah, and Coach Moline saying that's definitely on 32. And even Cody Yop said, hey, man, that's on me.
Yeah, Tyson had been beat there by Dykema. As Tyson was kind of sandwiched by the screen, Dykema dribbled past him, and then Yop got Dykema on the way up. So it was definitely, they switch it, and it's on Yop.
For Dykema, that's now 8 points from the line. And he's a heck of a free throw shooter. 9 of 10 now.
Silver Creek up by 6, 47-41, under 2 minutes to play in the 3rd. Farino, now to Yop. Tyson. And now Farino controls it again, way across court to Lucero. He's double teamed, has to get a way out. It's Farino, who is double covered and fouled by Belcher.
Tigers getting a little bit sloppy on that possession with their passes. The trap's coming. Got to recognize that quick and get it to the center of the floor. That helps kind of neutralize any type of trap.
So Lucero dribbles on Dykema. Loy now to Tyson, an impressive shot there, the reverse layup. And it's back down to 4 with 1:15 to play in the 3rd.
Man, a 4-point game at number 4, Silver Creek. The Tigers displaying great ball movement. Hey, we said they got to hit their open shots. That's what they've done here this quarter.
And now Grisant inside. That one, after he collected his own rebound, was pretty easy. Under a minute to go. Creek up 6. Yop passes it one more. Loy overshot it, and it's rebounded by Silver Creek.
That was Luke's shot. He was open again. Got it up quick. Just, I think, maybe a little bit juiced that time. A little bit excited.
35 seconds left. Nearly tipped away. This time it is. Luckily for Silver Creek, Hubert recontrolled it, and Grisant again gets Farino with the fake and puts it up and in. An 8-point lead for Silver Creek.
12 points this quarter for Grisant. That's ridiculous.
Farino fakes the 3. Looks for a pass. It's intercepted by Belcher.
Oh, and he walked. He walked before the foul, and Jeffrey Farino's asking for it. I mean, he took a nice Sunday stroll, and instead they're going to get Jeffrey Farino with his 4th foul. That's a tough break. And Jeffrey Farino down there talking with Coach Moline, saying, yeah, he took 3-4 steps. He shuffled the feet.
And Belcher misses his first. 5.8 seconds, so Erie's going to get a shot.
Tell you what, if Eric Grisant doesn't completely take over this 3rd quarter for Silver Creek, you're looking at an Erie lead. Instead, it's a 9-point game. Erie's been as close as 4. So Eric Grisant, the 6'6" sophomore, just putting the team on his back.
And then they call the travel on Larson with 2.6 to go.
Oh, man, you got last shot. Trying to rush it a little bit. Fans counting down quicker than the clock's actually down. Just got to stay composed, Erie Tigers.
And the half-court heave almost fell for Duquette. So Silver Creek leads by 9 at the end of the third quarter. We'll have the fourth with you when we return on the Erie Tiger Network.
Landfill puts all your needs in front of everything else. Front Range Landfill won Erie Chamber of Commerce Business of the Year Award, as well as being featured on national television. We are very proud of our facility and we welcome the opportunity to address your disposal needs. Our focus is on customer service. We strive to achieve easy and rapid access in and out of the facility. We feel certain that we will exceed your expectations of your solid waste disposal requirements. Choose Front Range Landfill for all your landfill needs. You will be pleased.
And welcome back in here on the Erie Tiger Network. As you just saw, Jeffrey Farino picks up his fourth foul. And Brandon, you know, how does, or if you're Coach Moline, when do you put him back in here? Because you obviously need him if you're going to win this game.
I think you're down 9. Maybe you sit him for a minute, or 2 at the most, to kind of have him collect. He's a little bit worked up. He's not happy. He's got 4 fouls. But I wouldn't be surprised if he just played him right away. You're down 9. You've got to make your move now if you're Erie. There's only 8 minutes left in this game. If they take him out and it gets up to a 16-point game, you'll just be asking yourself, what if? And it does look like they're going to keep him out there.
Stolen away by Loy. Sloppy pass by Dykma. He really hasn't played too well in this game. Farino now to Lucero. Fakes it up. No good. Rebounded by Grasson.
Good hesitation. Good penetration into the gap. Just couldn't quite finish it off that time, Jaden.
Hubert guarded by Larson. Grasson back to Hubert on the left wing. Duquette dribbles right. Lucero moves well past the pick. Grasson has it again. Hubert on the right wing. Dykma fires a 3. No good. Farino comes down with the rebound. Now Jaden Lucero inside. Ty Larson stripped and collected by Silver Creek.
That's 2 empty layups to start the quarter for Erie. It's all right. Silver Creek just gave us one back.
Lucero, now Loy in the corner. Farino. Jeffrey again working on Duquette, who's a good, they don't have a height for Duquette, but he's looking like he's 5 inches at least shorter than Jeffrey Farino. That was a big mismatch.
That is his 4th. No, sorry, they changed that to
Ashton Hubert.
That's
his second.
Of course, you can see that because we are showing you the scoreboard live, so not sure how much we need to always inform you. Usually that's not something we have.
Lucero, too strong on a 3. Jordan Nguyen's back in the game for Erie. Dykma is fouled on the floor by Tyson. That's on the body.
And that's going to be Tyson's 4th, I believe.
Tyson in disbelief. Yop re-enters.
Hey, you know what? The Tigers have got to stop worrying about what the refs are going to call and just focus on, you know, making their shots, making great passes, good cuts, and control the things that they can control.
Dykma misses another free throw. Yop now to Farino. 6.5 to play in the 4th. Loy drives inside. Foul on Grasson. That's going to be his 4th, and that's a big one. They're going to have to put Nick Eaton back in the game.
Yeah, and it's not only big because it's his 4th, but now the Tigers are in the bonus.
Both teams in the bonus now. Loy at the line. It bounces on the rim and kind of a shooter's touch type of shot for Luke Loy.
I think that felt like it hit the rim 15 times before it went down.
Loy misses the second. It rolls off the rim, rebounded by Bogrit. Eaton, high pass to Dykma inside, who lays it up, no good, another missed shot, and Bogrit missed it off of the bottom of the backboard. Dykma has missed 3 shots in this fourth quarter already. Loy open for 3, no good, rebounded by Yop. Yop controls it, takes it outside, looks for Farino, it's stolen away by Duquette. Lucero and Farino closing in, and one is what they're going to call.
Well, you can only control the things that you can control, and you can be upset about the call down on that end, but the fact is you don't turn over the ball there, that call never gets made. So Tigers have got to take care of the ball here down the stretch if they want to win this one.
Duquette misses his first, or misses the and one. Timeout's going to be called by Erie. Down by 10, under 6 minutes. 3 players have 4 fouls. We'll be right back on the Erie Tiger Network.
Chiropractors don't treat your symptoms. We treat the cause of your symptoms. On your first visit, we'll review your medical history and examine your vital signs, posture, strength, and reflexes. We'll also perform tests which are designed to give us insight into what may be causing your problem. The doctors at Great Day Chiropractic don't just treat adults. We also treat children of all ages.
We're located in historic Old Town Erie at 515 Briggs Street. We're open 5 days a week from Monday through Friday and the second and fourth Saturdays of each month.
And welcome back here on the Erie Tiger Network. 5 minutes and 41 seconds to play in the ball game. Silver Creek leads 54-44. Both teams are in the bonus. Silver Creek has 1 player with 4 fouls. Erie has 3. So both teams have been feeling the foul trouble tonight.
I think if you're the Tigers, you're Coach Moline, you got to draw something up, get Jeffrey Farino an open look, drop your best play, whatever it is, get him an open look, backdoor, easy layup, and I think that could help kind of settle him down, settle the Tigers down, get them into this game.
Yop. Now to Lucero. Drives baseline, kicks it out. Nguyen is open, he fires the 3, no good. Rebounded by Bogrit. Yop tumbles to the hardwood. Dykma drives inside, wide open. Farino didn't want to pick up his 5th.
Yeah, good recognition by Dykma to see who is on him, know the situation, and attack Farino.
Lucero misses the gap for Jordan Nguyen, and Dykma puts it up and in again. Silver Creek leads by 14 with 5 minutes to play in the fourth. Farino up and in, 58-46. A good shot by Farino in the post. Here he's going to run a little press. Bogrit by himself on the other end.
There you go. There's the charge. You can't drop the shoulder. Man, I thought they were going to call that on Farino. I was like, that is not the way you want to pick up your 5th.
So Erie gets the ball back, still hanging around here with 4:43 to play against the number 4 team in the state. On the road, mind you. This is an impressive showing for Erie. Loy puts it up and in. The lead is back down to 10. The Tigers still pressing. Nguyen guarding Hubert. Bogrit guarded by Farino. Inside to Eaton. Eaton finds Dykma, who turns and shoots, misses again, rebounded by Lucero. This could be a turnaround for Erie. Nguyen is open. He's just going to lay that up and in. That's as easy as it gets. Erie has drawn the lead down from 14-8 in the course of a minute.
And it starts on the defensive end.
Duquette Eaton guarded by Loy. Under 4 minutes here in the ball game. Eaton driving, no one in the paint. Foul called on Luke Loy. Eaton will go to the line for 2. That's going to be Luke Loy's 4th.
Man, Tigers 4 starters with 4 fouls. If you're the Tigers, here's how you got to look at this game at this point. You want to win the game, you got to win each possession. And it comes down to literally possession by possession. All right, we got to win this possession defensively. Then we've got to win this possession offensively. Even if we don't make a bucket, we've got to take the shot. It's got to be a good-looking shot. We've got to control the basketball, not turn it over, and then get back at it again defensively. Possession by possession basketball. Tigers still in this game. They can still win.
And here's something that's interesting. 5 players combined on both teams have 5 fouls, and all 5 of those players are in the game right now. With 3.5 to play, nearly stolen by Hubert. Farino pulls up, no good. Tipped up by Lucero, no good. Rebounded by Grossant. Up ahead for Eaton. He catches a pass and
a travel.
A travel called on Eaton. I think for a second, Nguyen thought a foul was called on him.
Didn't like that shot last time from Farino. Pull-up jumper. Kind of already talked about that. Let's get a catch and shoot, layup, wide open look. Like that pass, though.
Loy inside, no good. Rebounded by Nguyen. He puts it up and in. It's a 7-point game. 3:13 to play in this one. Duquette driving on Farino. He puts it up and in. That's an impressive move. And a timeout called by Silver Creek. 61-52. The Raptors on top with just over 3 to play in the 4th. Brandon, what do you do from here?
Well, continue to do what you've done about the last 3 or 4 minutes. I mean, the Tigers have cut it down from 14 to 9. So, all right, now you're looking at this. All right, you've got a possession here. You got to come away with points. You get an easy bucket. That cuts it to 7 with about 2:30 left or so. Got to get a stop. And here's the tough part about Erie is you have so many guys playing with so many fouls. It's tough to play really good defense when you're with 4 fouls. So I think if you're Coach Moline, depending on the number of timeouts you got to start using them and subbing offense for defense. Getting guys out there that are willing to be scrappy and press, and if they pick up a foul, that's going to be okay. So I think we're going to see a lot of substitutions here in this last little bit. But it all starts, I think, with this possession. You got to come away with a bucket.
Here we go. Erie will have the ball with just over 3 minutes to play in the game. Tyson, Lucero, Loy, Farino, and Nguyen on the court for the Tigers. Lucero will bring it up. The Tigers down 9. It's loud here at Silver Creek. Farino driving on Dykma. Turns around, shoots, and makes it. Down to 7, 2:43 to play in the 4th. Silver Creek really not slowing things down, up by 7. Duquette, Hubert on the right wing. Guarded by Nguyen. Hubert misses an open shot inside, rebounded by Grossant. Foul called on Loy. No jump ball, and that'll be the night for him.
Man, Luke Loy just comes and snatches that ball and somehow gets tagged with a 5th foul. I mean, if you're a fan of basketball, the last few years in college and high school, they want to do an emphasis on body checks and hand checks and stopping the defense from not playing defense with their feet and call the game a little tighter, but it's just not a brand of basketball that I think that has good flow and is as enjoyable to watch.
No, definitely not. You want to see guys playing hard inside the paint especially, and really you saw that pretty much throughout basketball history until just a few years ago when the fouls started being called more and more. Big men have been on their way out. We haven't really had a good year of the center for a while now as Farino is blocked hard by Dykma.
And Jaden's not going to do much down there with 4 fouls defensively. Yep, gives up the rebound. So, I mean, guys playing defense with 4 fouls, it's a tall order for Erie. And the amount of fouls have really impacted this game.
Tyson inside. Hand check, and just like you were saying, really no bumping at all.
Yeah, I mean, it just, that's a foul that helps Erie out, but it just, once again, it's not a foul I love to see called. I'm not really criticizing the official. I understand why it's made. It just, I don't love the interpretation.
That was a 1-and-1. Nobody on Silver Creek really realized that except for Eric Grossant.
You know, if you're Erie, as there's a good defensive play, I think you also need to recognize that Grossant has 4. And
Nguyen pulls up, kind of was an awkward shot, kind of an impulse shot, but he makes it. 7-point game with under 90 seconds to play.
I was going to say, when Erie's back on offense, see where the matchup is. Who is Grossant guarding? Use that as a matchup that you can exploit, just like Silver Creek has done to Erie.
Grossant again puts it up and in.
And he traveled before that shot got up, and that was just missed. Yeah, and the Erie bench calling for a travel. I mean, that was, he caught it. He never put the ball on the ground. He had 2 feet on the ground, took another couple steps, and that's brutal right there.
And a lot of the time you see us kind of complaining about how many travels are called in these games, and in this one it's felt like there haven't been enough travels called on either end.
Well, Alex, here's the thing. You've come into number 4 Silver Creek. You've hung with them despite having 4 starters with 4 foul trouble almost the entire game. You had one of your starters foul out, and you're within single digits. You've played hard. I think Coach Moline, regardless of the outcome, he can use this. He can build off of this. He can get his guys to rally around a result like this. And I think Erie, if this is the 4th best team in 4A, I think you could make an argument that Erie's probably one of the top 15 teams or so in 4A, and I don't think many people expected that when you graduated 2 tall guys in Cam McCurry and Will Campbell. I don't think anyone saw this come from Erie except the Erie coaches and the Erie players. They knew what they saw all summer. They knew how these guys played with passion on the defensive end. And, yes, they've given up 65 points tonight. But, man, a lot of those have come off free throws. And I think there's a lot of positives to be gleaned from this game.
And I think right now for Erie Athletics, it's kind of the start of an era and the end of an old era. The last era was kind of built on laziness, not really caring, and you saw it you see it in almost every sport. Almost every sport for Erie showing improvements this season as Tyson passes it on. But really, Erie Athletics as a whole is really stepping up, and I think the leadership especially is being helped a lot by some of the stuff that our athletic staff is doing, coaching. I think Justin Carpenter is one of the big reasons that this new era has come upon us.
Well, you know,
at Erie High.
You mentioned that. You mentioned kind of each program. I think it started this summer with Erie did an entire athletic program-wide strength and conditioning unit. And what you've seen is the football team, they were stronger. That sifts out guys that aren't committed, that don't really want to work hard. If you're not showing up at summer workouts and putting in the work that the rest of your teammates are, that's going to show up in practice, and you're just going to get lost between the cracks. And what we saw was a good commitment from the basketball players out here. They have worked hard all summer. The football players, they worked hard. Softball, we always know softball and baseball under Coach Simmons work extremely hard. and so that's good to see.
You know, I think the new 21 club has been another big thing. Every single sport represented there, from golf to football. Really, everyone represented. The winter session going on right now with basketball, wrestling. I think it's really brought Erie athletes together.
That's a fifth personal foul on number 1, Nick Eaton. Got Ethan Tyson on the line.
And for Erie right now with 24 seconds left, down by 10, unless Tracy McGrady comes out and starts making threes like he did back when the Rockets played the Spurs and he had, 13 points in 32 seconds. This one should be over. Erie's going to run the press. In hindsight, it's only a 3-possession game. Caleb Humble gets some playing time. So does Bryce Meyer. They're both in for the first time this year, or not for the year, but the first time this game.
You know, one thing I look at this half, Erie's made 13 field goals. Silver Creek, they have made 9, 5 of those coming from Grosant. I think Erie has been the better team in terms of execution on the offensive end. I think defensively it's been a little bit of a struggle with that many guys playing with the number of fouls, but that's a win coming into Silver Creek. The scoreboard doesn't quite reflect, I think, how this game was played.
Ten seconds to play. Lucero drives, slips one up and in, and these last couple baskets are going to make it look closer, which is a good thing. You know, I think if this game was played in Erie, and I think it would have been down to the wire for sure, more so than it was. And, you know, I think if these two teams ever see each other again this season, it's going to be a different outcome.
Yeah, finals week also, I think, impacts it. Not very many road students out. But, look, a 7-point loss. Tigers fall to 3-3. I think they have a lot to build on from this game.
That's for sure, and that'll do it for us tonight. Final score here from Silver Creek High School. The Raptors of Silver Creek 67, the Erie Tigers 60. For Brendan Bird, I'm Alex Ailey signing off on the Erie Tiger Network.